Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have got the best episode of the Thread of Gentlemen podcast coming to you today.
Ooh.
You have no idea how good it's going to be. You are in for such a treat.
Because we have no idea how good it's going to be.
You're going to have to wait till the end to really know for sure. But wow. You are lucky.
Yes.
Wow.
Stick around, because we go and talk some shit.
Yeah, amen, we will.
On behalf of other people.
Yes, yeah, this isn't us.
Well, this is not our shit.
Yeah.
Occasionally it's us. Don't want to give away the industry secrets too much, ladies and gentlemen, but occasionally it's us.
Well, how are we doing, guys?
Same as always.
Yeah, doing all right, actually.
Yeah.
Why is it every fucking episode one of you two asks that question, the other one immediately lies?
Yeah.
Because we're terrible people. Just before we get into stories, is the Colonel joining us today?
Robert Need P. Sir. He's from Virginia. I need a history reference. I think that's where my golden thing is.
Yeah, some sort of atrocity or genocide, but it will come to you.
You haven't done much First World War. You know, the Somme is an obvious...
Yeah, no, the Somme is definitely an arse reference, though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The Somme is where it's like, it's you've had a push. It's come out, it's already devastating, and then there's more, and it's just more, and it's just more devastation into the meat grinder.
Yeah, and there's blood on the in the wipe.
It's attrition. Your arsehole is trying to win a war of attrition.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, the Somme, that's got to be the phrase, like, you know those kind of poos, where like there's something big brewing and it's not coming out, and you're pushing and it's pushing, and you're going nowhere, but you're in pain.
It's the Hinden turd. I'm on a roll today. I'm taking your spot.
That's wonderful. That's why we do this podcast.
That's the album cover.
Yeah, we're just like the worst poo version of a metal band from the late 80s, early 90s of all time.
Great band name, though. The Gaza Strips.
And it's relevant right now. That's what we do.
Oh, yeah.
We bring you the fucking hot topics. We are a thread of gentlemen.
Shall we do some stories?
Hello and welcome to the Thread of Gentlemen, a podcast where we take a kamikaze dive into the best
and often worse tales the internet has to offer.
I'm Johnny. I'm Ben.
I'm Charlie. And without any further ado,
I think we need to get this show started.
Okay, who wants to roll the dice first?
I got a story.
Go on.
All right.
Oh, I just read the first line. It's not even the first line, it's the intro to the story.
Okay.
If anybody doesn't mind me jumping in here. Revenge is best served brown.
I wonder where this is going to go.
I'm going to say that it's probably not.
They're going to serve up some chocolate. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be something nice. Just like, yeah, I've got some chocolates for you. Here's some revenge.
What's great is that this sounds intentional. Well, this one was sent in by Ben via email.
Thank you, Ben.
Where did he send it into?
He sent it into Charlie.
Where did he send it into, guys? I think he sent it to stories@thethreadofgentlemen.com.
Boom, there he is.
Like and subscribe, leave a comment, get in there.
You're very fuckable when you say things like that.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
This person says, "Hi, fellas, love the pod." Well, we love you too.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice one, Ben.
I mean, we haven't read the story yet, so people fall out of love. It's called a divorce.
Quickly.
This story goes back a while, and I can't remember specifically why I did this. It happened very recently, and you know exactly why you did it. So don't try and distance yourself from this absolute fucking carnage.
We've all tried this, don't worry.
It doesn't work.
All right. One day, my sister, we'll call her Amy, fellas.
Absolutely called Amy.
Her name was Amy.
You know what's funny? He put, she's called Amy.
Nice. Nice.
Ah.
I like this guy. Keep me on board, Benny boy.
Is this just you, by the way, Ben?
Yeah,
Possibly.
I was thinking this.
Do you have a sister called Amy?
No, but... Oh no, I was actually going to say I was supposed to be called Amy, but I wasn't. I was supposed to be called Alice, and then I still came out a pussy.
But also a new nickname is born. In that second. Alice, that's what you're changing to in my phone.
Is that what you're going to call me when I'm sucking your cock?
No, then I call you Ben.
Oh, nice, yes.
Yes.
Look me in the eye, boy. Some people don't like eye contact. It throws me a little bit. I'm like, what's that thing in like in Wolf of Wall Street where he's like, we're midgets. You can't look them in the eye. You got to look at their chin. Yeah, that's a Thread of Gentlemen like done by Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, masterpiece that.
Yeah.
That is, if I had all the money in the world and an infinite pranks budget, most of the opening scenes of that film is how my life would be. Very shortly, because I'd be dead within a week.
Oh, wow.
I'd be above what a week.
So one day my sister, will call her Amy, she's called Amy, had done something to annoy me. Though, as I said earlier, due to the passage of time, I can't remember. Well, okay, you can.
Yeah, fine.
Because
this tells me that his reaction is going to be vastly overblown from what's happened.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I stepped out and counted to 10. That's in its own paragraph. That's quite scary. That's Charles Manson level shit. A little while later, I went to the toilet expecting only a wee. Was pleasantly surprised when I also gave birth to a brown baby boy.
It's a buy.
A sound bite of that doesn't sound like what you wanted it to. I wiped and flushed. All okay so far.
Good. All right, successful turding. We like
Just
it.
before I leave.
Thanks for sending this in so far. This is...
All's going well. All's going smoothly. So just before I leave, I see a skid mark. And I recall my sister's earlier episode when I decided instead of cleaning the bowl with the toilet brush, I would clean the flecks of shit with her toothbrush.
Oh, see, I didn't think anybody actually did this in real life.
Prisonable offence?
That's up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends what she did. He's right. I need detail. I need context. I need to not picture that.
We don't know what happened, right?
Yeah.
Nothing as bad that it's something on that level because you wouldn't forget that.
I don't know. I mean, that's going to end it.
If somebody put human shit on any kind of shit, but human shit being the primary worst of all the shits, on my toothbrush, I'm not going to forget that ever.
Well, you just buy a new toothbrush, don't you, really?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but what do you do about your mouth?
You wait till you've bought a new toothbrush and then you use it. You don't sort of go, this is horrible, but I've accepted my fate.
I'm going straight to church and then just holy water, just
Yeah, I mean, your taste buds are going to hate you for a while after this. But just don't worry about that. You know, it'll pass.
Well,
yeah.
This too shall pass.
The best part of the story, from my perspective, is that the same day I saw her using the same toothbrush to clean her teeth before bed, allowing me a second helping of joy. It's kind of all one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you know what, though? I'm here for it. I like a good revenge story. This is... I feel like he
revenge.
won. He definitely won the war. You know, that toothbrush is Nagasaki, 1945. You know?
You are exactly where my head was at.
I like that.
Yeah, it's an overreaction on a level that maybe was necessary.
But it ended it. Do you know what I mean? That is it. Like, the war is over.
Well, he said it wasn't until 10 years after this incident that I told anyone. Tell her. Don't tell everyone.
Yeah, is it us? Are we the first people?
Well, maybe, but she knows the story now, and it brings a smile to my face every time I think of it. Why?
Yeah.
I would do again in the same circumstances. All the best, Ben. All right, you know what? There's conviction. Go, fine.
Then, I mean, it should be a conviction.
It's quite nice that for once, the fecal matter didn't end up on somebody unintentionally.
Well,
yeah. I mean, is it nice?
Kind of.
There was intent to the fecal matter. Unbelievable.
Oh, well, thank you for sending that one in, Betty boy.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ben.
Thank you.
And if you have stories to send them into stories at thethreadofgentleman.com.
Ben is the kind of guy that if he had funding, would have a tank of sharks in his office. Like that. This is just a guy who has all of the intention of taking over the world, but has the fucking zero funds or capability of doing so.
Yeah. Would attach lasers to dolphins and all that kind of stuff.
He's Iran in a person. Like, just fucking devastating. He's the leadership of Iran. He's just devastating everyone around him and has poor irrigation.
But still, thank you for sending it in to us. I appreciate you've just been called the leader of Iran. which I don't think you really expected when you wrote this in. We do appreciate it. We do. Right, this one's called The Trim by Clitoris,
yes.
Clitoris, brilliant.
We'll go with, Clitoris.
Chris Whiz.
Chris Whiz, like Cheese Whiz.
Yeah.
Chris or is? I don't know how you're doing that.
There is some mental gymnastics going on over there with that guy's name.
I mean, just give yourself a normal name. Okay, so this one's called The Trim. So last night, me and some buddies went out for a couple of drinks. And while our plan was a trap, it always is, we did end up having a great time and we ate loads of great food. We all crashed at my friend's place for the night and things went as normal as they could have. This is good. This is good
He got bummed, basically. ...
until my dumbass went to the toilet the next morning.
Ooh.
So my phone had died and I was too inebriated to charge it in the night before, like any peasant pre-2005. I was forced to have to fend for my own entertainment in the wastelands of white. Whoa. I was forced to have to fend for my own entertainment in the wastelands of white. And while magazines and books are an endangered species in most households now, I did have a lighter that we used for smoking weed the night before in my pants pocket. Why is it a thing that you've got to read or, have some sort of entertainment when you're going for a poo?
Oh, no, I do. I mean, I need to do something.
Yeah, I do. Like, I get used to...
I've got to read something.
Yeah.
No, this is exclusively a male thing.
Is it?
And I'm not even trying to piss off the people out there who think the lines are blood. If you want to, fuck it. This is genuinely, for me, a test of men. We do shit on the toilet. Pooing is like 10% of the whole occasion.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's bookended with taking the shit and wiping. But between those two things, it's an adventure. I actually genuinely think that probably some of the world's wisest thoughts have been thought up on the throne.
When your phone dies and you're there and you're logging off, how many times have we all read the back of the fucking shampoo bottle and goes, I don't know what half of these chemicals are. Why does this need xanthan gum in it?
You do need something. I get it. So, guy had a lighter in his pocket. Easy, I thought to myself. And in my impaired state, I came up with a brilliant idea of trimming the hairs on my legs and arms with the flame.
It wasn't.
That's not a brilliant idea.
Hey, I haven't said this in a while. Leave the fucking hat.
I thought you were just going to, read the back of the lighter.
Yeah, or take it to bits and put it back together again.
Yeah, but no.
There's not really a use for the lighter in this scenario at all.
Of all the things to pick, but I'm just going to trim my arms and legs.
Well, Charlie, would you like to tell us how this went catastrophically wrong?
Yes, so I got to work manicuring myself with this awesome new method, and before long decided, hey, I could probably trim my pubes as well.
Oh, okay. So what you're telling me is you use the word manicure with the intention of trimming hair whilst using something that creates a flame. So basically, you use the same tactics that the Americans did in Vietnam. So were they manicuring the countryside of Vietnam with napalm?
They were.
I mean, I guess you could say that.
To the danger zone.
Okay, so I start burning away hairs on my groin that were too long, and during this time, two things happened. One, Darwin himself started writing out an award on my behalf. And two,
Nice.
I ignited the mixture of air and gases from my excrement that had been accumulating in the toilet bowl while I was busy being a smooth-brained ape. In a flash, I saw a mixture of orange and blue and felt a rush of air that could only be described as the breath of Satan himself. The smell was of burnt hair, poop, and God knows what else. I hope just that. Jesus, what else?
I can't help but think that is honestly the only way that one could recreate the smell of Auschwitz. What?
What? I'm going to need a minute on that one there. Take a little sip.
The thing is,
Pretend I never had that. Yeah, no.
I don't know if I can carry on. Just there's going to be like, this is a watershed moment. There's my life before this, and then everything else after this moment.
You wanted your fucking historical anecdote, you got one.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Charlie, the story.
I will continue. The heat trimmed everything. I don't know. I can't read. I need to so good.
Did you lose your train of thought?
Oh, mercy.
Oh, I need to go. I need a bath or a jog or something.
Not a shower. Not a shower.
No, not a shower.
Not a shower.
Do you know, I went to someone's house the other day, and there was loads of people there, and the lady who owned the house was like, look at all these shoes, it's like Auschwitz. I was like, fuck me. I've just walked in the door.
I see. Cancel your plans, turn around.
Yeah, what am I walking into?
The heat trimmed everything I didn't know. The heat trimmed everything I didn't know had hair to be trimmed. That sentence doesn't make sense. On the way, as a sort of fuck you from the laws of physics for being so dumb, I immediately jumped in the shower and pleaded with my asshole to stay with me while it quivered in pain, and the pain was a 10 out of 10. A burn on something as wrinkled, squished, and easily movable as the pecker was not something I was prepared for.
That's a life-changing moment, man. That's when you sit there and you just go, all right, I'm going to go get a different job. Oh, no.
I learned very quickly almost every movement affects the little guy and resigned myself to going to the hospital. One embarrassed checkup later, a bunch of antibiotics and pain meds, and a level of shame that won't ever be recorded between friends. 8 out of 10 boys know how.
I think there should be a thing that people who work in hospitals need to work in a hospital like a county over, because the risk of you going into a hospital and seeing somebody you know and being like, I don't know how the fucking light bulb got up there.
Oh, I will be honest. Everything past the Auschwitz reference did not go into my head. I'm going to struggle to place that one.
Yeah. Well, edit that. And I'll let you decide whether the Auschwitz reference goes in, because I don't want to be I'm going to be the person who syncs the podcast. I'm just not ready for that yet.
I mean, it's going in.
John.
Moving on.
Lighten the mood.
Help. Send help to this podcast.
How would you send help to this podcast, Charlie?
By sending your stories into stories@thethreadofgentleman.com.
Right, okay, so do you remember way back when, in the annexes of time, we had a story about Kevin?
Kevin! That was season 1, wasn't it?
Yep, that was season 1. Kevin. We've got some follow through, ladies and gents.
Remind our audience of Kevin.
So Kevin was a life-challenged individual.
Good way of putting it.
We've
found things
3
hard.
seasons in of these kind of people.
He wasn't disabled, he was unable.
That's an amazing way of putting it. I love that. That's a t-shirt. Fucking hell. Right. Right. Okay, so we've got some more. This is from someone on Reddit. This is Kevin Part 2.
Oh, no.
Now, this might not be the same Kevin.
It will be.
But I kind of feel like all Kevins now roll into one.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
So, they say, this is about a Kevin who I went to high school with. I didn't know him on a personal level, but we were in the same friend group, so we saw quite a lot of each other. Kevin was an idiot.
Yes.
Yeah.
It might be the same Kevin.
Clues in the name, right?
So here we go. Here are some of the things that occurred.
Oh.
We had a pajama day at our school, and Kevin showed up in boxers with a hole in them and barefoot. He was immediately sent home.
Oh, good lad.
Bye, Kevin.
Bye.
I mean, the fault's on the school for that. You know, pajama party, you know.
Also, have a more paedophilic style party.
Well, yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's definitely his fault, I think, and his parents' fault.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's a group effort.
Yeah, they've combined.
Or as we call on this podcast, a gangbang.
It's a gangbang of... Do you know what that is? That's some of that good old mountain ignorance, isn't it?
Yeah. That fresh air did not clear his mind.
No. Right.
That's just Mountain Dew brain.
Oh, I love Mountain Dew.
Never had it.
Mountain ignorance.
Yeah, they've got too many or not enough chromosomes and teeth. Right. Kevin believed hens birth chicks and only laid eggs as some kind of horrible miscarriage.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The bro science is incredible.
It's a tasty miscarriage.
Yeah.
Delicious miscarriage.
I always think about that when I'm eating a prawn cocktail.
By the way, there's your soundbite.
Why do you think about that when a prawn cocktail?
Because it's like eating out someone who's having a miscarriage, isn't it?
I don't mind prawn cocktails. I now do.
Why prawns?
Well, I don't know, because it's kind of prawn shaped and then you've got the red sauce, haven't you? It's like...
Fishy clunge.
What's prawn shaped?
Like a little fetus.
Oh, that took me a while to get there, but...
You got there in the end. I was laying out the breadcrumbs. Welcome to the candy house.
1,000 dressing with a little bunch of zygotes. Come on, boys.
Let's move on, shall we?
Please.
Kevin once found a snake in a field. He stuck it in his bag and thought it would be an amazing idea to show it to his biology teacher. I mean, the thought was there.
Yeah, I like the thought process.
It also sounds like an innuendo as well. Stuffed my snake into a bag and showed my teacher.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about this school. We shared American history together, and during an exam, a question was something like, was Thomas Jefferson an advocate against slavery? Kevin wrote something along the lines of, yes, of course, because he was black.
It's a worthy attempt.
And he was confused why his answer was wrong. Because of the actor that portrayed Thomas Jefferson in Hamilton.
He tried.
See, yeah.
No, but the thing is, he didn't. This is it. He didn't try.
He knew what he knew.
It's a non-worthy attempt.
He
Oh, fuck this kid. All right, when does he get to the rape?
that's coming.
Okay.
Kevin thought ISIS was a country in North Korea.
I mean, I'm trying. I'm searching. I'm in the, like, you get like a huge box full of polystyrene bits, but you ordered like a golf ball size thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm looking for something in there.
I mean, like, I kind of see where the thought process is. Like, North Korea bad, ISIS bad.
Yes.
Maybe they're together.
But also thought ISIS was a country in North Korea.
Yeah,
there's a lot to break down here. I'm with you.
I heard that as well.
But I'm rooting for Kevin.
Baby steps of trying to follow that.
This is an unemployed fuck up that I'm trying to find middle ground with.
Kevin thought Judaism no longer existed.
Yeah, the Germans tried.
They did.
Oh
and
no,
the thing
how
is
are
as
we
well,
back here?
this is the thing, right? Is that anybody that's attempting to do that, I'm like, the Germans are pretty efficient people. And they didn't win at that.
Yeah.
Kevin decided to streak across the field during a football game wearing only a Halloween mask.
Well, that's
Nice.
not abnormal.
Yeah, that's all right.
The following Monday, Kevin went to the office to ask for his clothes back.
Did they give him?
You were out the gate, Kevin. You were a free man.
I mean, he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, is he?
He's not even in the drawer.
Yeah.
He's not even in the kitchen. He's the knife inside the sofa.
Yeah.
I don't even know. He's a spoon inside of a paint bucket.
It reminds me of, there's a quote from, I think it was Noel Gallagher, who was talking about Liam, and he said, he's a man with a fork in a world of soup. That's what Kevin is.
That's wonderful.
What's your comeback to that?
Wonderful.
Can you just drop that?
It's
again?
weird.
What? Just say it again.
He said he's a man with a fork in a world of soup. Because not only do I have no idea what he means, but I also know exactly what he means.
The anecdote is beautiful,
That's
but you're right.
such a good thing to say. I'm gonna use that tomorrow at work. Something's gonna go wrong. I'm gonna say that to someone.
Kevin, thank you so much just for existing, my man, because I imagine it's somewhat of a struggle for you.
He's the streaker as well. I've always wondered who the streaker is.
It's always a Kevin.
You don't have it a lot anymore, but when it does happen, you know that you're just like when you're at a rugby game or something, and it's that once in a blue moon event where there is just cock out flailing whilst fluorescent jackets are desperately trying to get the guy, and it's like everyone just like they're there chatting, they go, oh fuck yeah, like it's just that moment where you go, you have no self-control. The moment I see a dick with that many eyes on it, I'm like, this is to be observed.
I can't wait for our generation to age because it's going to be like carnage at bowls.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I can't picture our generation.
Fucking streakers at the bingo.
We've just had a lot of time with nitrous oxide.
Yeah. It is a list of people that leave reviews for like online recipes, but they just didn't really follow the recipe. You will see how this goes.
This is specific, and I'm in.
Yeah. Okay. So first one here, the review is 2 stars. Carrots have way too much sugar, so replace them with shredded kale. Cake turned out rather nasty, so 2 stars. Unsure what went wrong, but it's also too dry.
So they made a kale cake.
They made a kale cake. The people responded, actually, would definitely recommend preparing this recipe as written, as the carrots provided much needed texture and moisture. Like, who the fuck?
Oh, God.
Next one, 1 star.
Okay.
I noticed there were no eggs in this recipe, so I added one. What a disappointment. The edges were baked and the middle was complete mush, even if I put it back in the oven for 40 minutes.
What were they trying to make?
I have no idea.
I don't think they knew.
I don't think they knew.
So they just added an egg to something.
Yeah.
These peas aren't cooked.
It's because that's cooking. That's cooking. Just fucking.
I've just added an egg.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one. Hi, Jessica. Just curious. Could I change the coconut with shredded cheddar cheese?
Yes.
Will it work flavor-wise? And do I need to change composition of the other ingredients? Thanks a lot. The answer. Hi, Yuana. No, I don't recommend using cheese in this brownie recipe. I hope you enjoy them.
Oh, cheese brownies.
The thing is, I don't even
brownies.
care what the end product was.
Yeah.
In what fucking universe did you take cheese and a coconut and go, comparable?
Interchangeable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose both of them have a soft, light-coloured inside and a hard exterior. You can have sex with both of them.
I mean, this is like comparing shoe shopping to butt rape. It's like...
It's a good day.
Yeah, depending on perspective.
From a certain point of view.
I've got 3 really good ones here. This one I gave it a 5-star review. I substituted tofu for the steak, corn pops for the potatoes, and used some dandelions instead of the jalapenos. It was awful. Never again.
So you replaced every part with... You cooked a different meal is what you did.
But I love the dandelion bit as well because that's just a 7-year-old in the garden.
Yeah. Just like... I mean, you can eat them.
I'm
but
sure you can. You can eat human feces if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it.
Everything's edible once. So this one was from Susan, which...
That is the wisest, dumbest comment I've ever heard.
You're welcome.
That's going in the guidebook, the survival guide.
That is the most beautiful oxymoron.
Right, next time you get business cards printed, that on the back.
You can eat everything once.
Right, this one's from Susan.
Oh, God.
5 stars. I have quite a few recipes for vanilla pudding, but this one took the number 1 spot. Not too sweet, smooth, buttery consistency, nice vanilla finish. I did not follow the directions.
Okay.
So you did your own thing.
You made your own thing. This one is by far the best because it's so fucking disgusting. I've got a real phobia of this ingredient in in this format. And I
Phobia.
was so fucking shocked and thought it was genuinely a phobia. I think she made a cake, and this person's called Sharon. This happened in 2022, like it wasn't even that long ago. It's not as though we're talking about, people were desperate in the 40s. I shouldn't, I'm not going to go there.
It's too much content, Charlie. Just walk away.
Yes.
Just leave the hat. Leave
the hat.
Yeah.
So Sharon Smith said, very good icing. I just didn't realise that I couldn't substitute the heavy cream for mayonnaise. And I was just devastated when I tried it. Maybe mention that next time, but other than that, it was delicious.
Do you not like mayonnaise?
I don't like warm mayonnaise.
That's very specific.
I like mayonnaise. I don't like warm mayonnaise. Anything with warm mayonnaise, bin. Don't want to know about it.
Okay, so you got it when you dip your hot object into mayonnaise, you got to eat that shit quickly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's wow. Okay.
Where do you stand on, like, we will get to Sharon because she's a fucking idiot. But where do you stand on, like, mayonnaise in a burger?
Not in a burger. You can dip the burger in the mayonnaise. That I'm okay with.
Okay. Well, everything's edible once, as we've learned today. Arsenic, edible.
My dick.
Cup of tea made by Putin, edible.
Right, yeah, fucks. Give me one more story.
Well, I've got Shameful Wanks Part 2.
All right, I'm in.
Shameful wanks. Now, we did some shameful... Well, we've all had some shameful wanks, but we did a section on shameful wanks and it went absolutely crazy on TikTok. So I'm here for part 2.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Okay, so early high school, took French as my foreign language requirement. We had a listening labs where we sat at desks with high-studded barriers, put on headphones to listen to recordings of people speaking conversational French. It was really boring, so my mind drifted to what most 14-year-old boys drift to, the pretty girl next to me. I slouched back into my seat and I could see the back of her head. Unzipped, pulled it out, and fapped one out in about 20 seconds, right on the floor in front of me. That's disgusting.
That's a crime.
I believe it.
Yeah. This definitely happened.
Yeah.
So in the post-nut clarity, I panicked and tried spreading it around with my foot, which made a bigger sticky mess. The worst part was that I thought that my hard-on wouldn't subside, and I had a difficult time getting it back in my jeans, then trouble zipping quietly. When it was time to go, I sat there for a while after everyone left, and the teacher came by to ask if everything was okay. I think he saw the tent in my pants and said, "Stay as long as you need to," and then went back to his desk.
All right, here's my thoughts on this. If you might let me dive in, is that, like, there's no problem with having those thoughts. Don't fucking act upon it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Listen, rapey.
Rapey Cousteau.
Son of Toucan says, when my wife and I were first dating, I don't remember exactly what happened, but she did her best to find the end of my very long patience, and I had to call it quits with her. She spent the next several days texting me, etc., and I just ignored her since I had already said all I had to say. About a week after, she sent me a very long email begging me to take her back.
Email?
Email, yeah. It's got to be the
To whom it may
2000s.
concern.
Promising she'd be different because she cared about me so much and all that. I'd never had somebody literally beg to be with me, and by the time I'd finished reading it, I was not only crying a decent bit, but also completely fucking bricked. What happened next, in retrospect, did not exactly fit with the context of the moment, but hey, that's showbiz, baby.
So he got a begging email, got an erection, and just spaffed one out.
Sometimes you need that post-nut clarity. I get that.
This is actually like a really, really good vetting process for psychopaths.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is what your fucking reaction is. And then just share it.
Okay, I once jerked off to the Lego Princess Leia minifigure wearing the slave girl outfit. Not my proudest moment. Harry.
There's nothing,
Banned
there's
from Toys R
nothing
Us.
in that.
I'm really glad. I thought you were going to say there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but like, imagine time before porn.
That is the worst ever children's movie ever.
Groger's father-in-law, here's a shameful wank, was in the middle of a field in the outback Australia. Literally no towns or mobile signal for 100 of miles.
Acceptable.
Cutting hay in a combine harvester for 12 hours a day, every day. Got so horny, I was fantasizing in my mind for hours, literally in a trance. Had to stop and kneel under the harvester. Could have been snakes in the grass under me. Battered one out and then climbed back into the cabin, a different man. I like that.
All right. I'm allowed that.
I mean, there was a snake in the grass. The bit I have issue with is where he climbed underneath the harvester and had a wank in a snake field.
That could have gone really wrong. Like, there was so many variables of how that went wrong.
Yeah. This one's a good one. Buffalo Will says, when I was middle school, really good English, when I was middle school.
When I was middle school.
There was a kid that got caught jerking off in the boys' room. His nickname became Whack It Zach, and the nickname stuck.
Yeah, well, you know.
Looking back, we still refer to him as Whack-It Zach. His name is not Zach.
I love those nicknames, man.
I do too, because the thing is in school, that's, you know,
It
you shoot
doesn't
your
matter.
shot. You shoot your shot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he did.
Yeah, literally. From Disaster D, when the band Hanson came on, no, I don't want to read this. We're all confused at one point, but they're all guys.
Yeah, no. I was young enough at the time to be like, they're confusing me, but I haven't even vaguely got near my genitals at that age. So I was like, but when I say confusing me, I was a bit. It's more like confusing. Like I'd be like, what lane are you in?
Yeah.
But they aged into men, and I'm like, huh.
It was the long blonde hair. That was all it was.
Yeah, they've just had boyish faces and long hair.
They also just wrote one song. They wrote probably loads of others.
What a song.
Yeah, but what a song. What a fucking song.
So when the band Hanson came out, I wasn't sure if the lead singer was male or female. But I was mid-fap to them on the telly and remember telling myself, I don't care. That's it. That is it. Yeah. Do you know, I don't care.
Yeah, do you know what? Fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
You're doing it.
It's all carbon. It's all carbon rearranged in different shapes.
It is.
Right? At the end of the day.
Right, got a couple of quick ones. On a bike while cycling through a suburb.
Skills.
How'd you manage that?
One-handed, yeah.
Yeah, that's skills.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. Ringing his bell on his bike.
Ding. Nice, John. You got to stop, man. I need an opening, and
yeah,
you're just filling that hole.
I'll give you an opening, boy.
Charlie, I think I've got room for another couple.
Yeah. What we got?
A lampshade that looked like a boob.
Yeah, I mean,
this is awful. A good friend's wife was bald from chemo and looked incredibly hot. The rest is history.
Well, I suppose it's wiped clean.
morally, there's nothing wrong with that because you're technically being like, I don't care, but it sounds odd.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like taking advantage of someone when they're down.
It's also your friend's wife.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. Yeah.
Skipped over that bit, so I take it back. Morally, it's questionable.
But another one that I'm going to put £1 that probably done it. Tomb Raider 2 booklet.
Oh, I haven't, but I can see it.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Yeah. I get it.
Those triangle titties, man.
Yeah.
We all thought there was a nude cheat code that never existed.
What's that? There wasn't a single woman who worked on that team.
Those team of 40-year-old virgins had no idea what actual bosoms look like.
Those dudes sat around a table and they were just like, Indiana Jones fucking rules. Yeah, but you know what's better than Indiana Jones? Indiana Jones with tits.
Yeah, that is exactly how I imagine it went down as well.
Right, speaking of a cracking series, what's our favourite story from today, guys? We had
Let's have a run through. Yeah.
we had some brown revenge, didn't we, with a toothbrush?
That was brutal.
It's pretty
That
brutal.
was brutal. We had someone who tried to give themselves a waxing with fire.
Oh, that's a true fucking
I
idiot.
would say that's my favourite.
I'm going to go with that.
Ben talks about Auschwitz for a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a theme.
That's my favourite, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well, no one will ever know.
Yes, they will. He said it. It's on him. And then we had Kevin part 2.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to listen to more episodes of A Threaded Gentleman, where can you find us?
Where can you find us? Where your normal podcast place? Spotify, Apple Music.
Anywhere where we haven't been banned.
All of them.
That's where you can find us.
But guys, obviously, thank you so much for listening. Give us a like. If you've got stories, send them into stories@thethreadedgentleman.com. We appreciate all the love and support. Thank you very much.
Like and subscribe.
Cool. See you later.
Oh, thanks for your enthusiasm.
Thank you for listening, everyone. All the best.
Ciao, ciao, bitches.
Let's go.
Fuck off.